first episode of the new year for DJK GameTime. As always, you have Jeff, Danny, and Kirk with you. Today, we're going to be going over a little bit of the things that came out from CES. CES happened, Kirk, 2 weeks ago, beginning of the year?
Yeah, it happened like 2 weeks ago, and I think it was a week-long event.
That is correct.
Basically, anybody and everybody in the tech space was there. Google was there, Razer was there, Samsung was there, Sony was there. Sony actually unveiled a car. That was weird. They basically said, hey, we can do this, but we're not actually going to do
it. I mean, the car looks interesting, but I was like, there's no way this is going to be...
It looks like a fucking Tesla.
Yeah.
That's all it is. They basically just made a Tesla.
But instead of a giant screen, like, right in the middle console, they just spread it across the whole entire dashboard.
Yep.
So, I mean, good luck. I wish you the best of luck, but I think Elon Musk has this down to a science.
Yep.
Yeah, especially here in Austin, man. One of our dealerships closed down, and it was replaced by like 100 Teslas. They sell like just crazy here.
I mean, yeah, they're starting to sell a lot here in Florida. Like, every day I see more and more Teslas out there, and more charge stations for them.
Shit, I'm installing a fast charger at one of my jobs.
There you go.
Fucking sold that shit.
So, CES, there's a ton of stuff that came out of that, especially since it was a week-long event, especially for gaming, of all things. I know.
It's always big for gaming, just because that's where like all the computer shit comes from.
Yeah, I know. I was mainly paying attention more to the Razer stuff because I'm just a huge fan of Razer because I have one of their laptops right now, and I'm just in love.
That's my gaming mouse, man. I love that thing.
That's my keyboard.
They make good stuff.
Yeah, I have the keyboard, mouse, and the laptop all from them. So,
yeah, no, I'm with you. I think the craziest thing was, and you're watching YouTube, and one of the things, and I can't remember who it was that unveiled it, but in terms of gaming, was a 360 hertz monitor.
That was.
I don't remember who that was.
It was a 360R. I want to say it was.
It wasn't Razer.
LG. Was it LG? I think it was LG.
It might have been LG.
God, either way, I can't
360
imagine.
hertz. I was watching the guys from GameSpot review it, and they were like, I mean, I got 144 hertz at home. It's great. I didn't really know how much it was going to do, but holy fuck.
Yeah, I mean, see it to believe it.
Yeah, they definitely said it was noticeable. I'm just curious about the price point on something like that.
They said the price point is not going to be very nice.
Yeah. I mean, you look at some of those 4K 120 hertz monitors, and it's like $700-800.
Or if you get ultra wide, it's like $1,000.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, a 360 hertz monitor when it comes out is probably going to be a $3,000 monitor.
Yeah.
But as time goes on, it'll go down in price.
Oh yeah, always.
Well, like I bought a 144 hertz for less than $350.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll come down.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Fuck, they were speaking of LG, they were showing their OLED retractables, and they're gonna be basically what's what I'm looking for? Projector screens. They're going to go top down, and they actually said that they're going to be bringing them in at a price point for the average market.
Huh.
Yeah, I've always thought about getting a projector at my place. Wife keeps kind of shooting it down.
Well, it's not. This isn't going to be a projector. This is going to be an actual TV.
Yeah.
It's just going to stow away when you're not using it.
I mean, besides that, the thing that kind of struck me in terms of gaming and kind of what we're looking at is I've never really considered mobile gaming for myself. Never really been kind of a thing. But those handsets that are coming...
The fucking Razer Kishi?
Yeah, I mean, it's just basically...
You turn your phone into a Switch.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, Nintendo, that was a great idea. And it takes me back to when I was in elementary school and people had Game Gear.
Oh, yeah.
And, like, that kind of setup, that was always the best. But it's really interesting. To
go even further into that rabbit hole, did you see what Alienware is doing?
I read briefly, but isn't it going to be like it's an actual supposed high-powered PC
that's styled after the Switch.
Yeah, it's styled after the
Yeah.
Switch, but it's actually meant for like, not to knock like Nintendo, but like real gaming, like graphic immersiveness and that kind of stuff.
Hey man, I love my Switch. Back up.
No, I mean, like I said, I'm
Back
considering
up,
getting
fuck
one.
up.
I just, as my time to game dwindles more and more over time, I just don't know if I need it.
Yeah, since the beginning of the year, I've been pretty hammered with work.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
no,
same
that
here.
always happens. But
I mean, the Kishi got like several awards.
Oh, it got best in show from Engadget for gaming tech. It got best in the show from GameSpot. I mean, for such and it's probably gonna be a cheap price point too. In all honesty.
Well, Razer has their other. This isn't their first like handheld system that they have for using your phone. I just blanked on the name. But that one was priced around $100. So this might be either 100 or I'm gonna guess $150 because it's the latest. and
Yeah,
greatest.
I could see $150. It looks like an Xbox controller.
Yeah, that's my next point.
Probably plays very well. They said the latency lag on it is like 10 milliseconds or something even less than that.
Yeah, because their other mobile controller.
The other
is
ones are all
through
Bluetooth.
Yeah, exactly.
This one plugs right into the phone.
ooh,
So like,
I'm just thinking Bluetooth on sound. Like, that's such a delay.
yeah,
Well, that's the thing
So,
is that they
yeah,
designed
that's why it
this
plugs
to
in.
be-
It makes sense.
Well, because Fortnite has mobile capability. PUBG is on mobile. Call of Duty is on
Mhm.
mobile, and like they're real mobile games. I mean, I'm not saying that they're the kind of shit you're gonna get on an Xbox or a PC or whatever, but they're real games.
Oh no, I mean I've tried and played Call of Duty mobile, and it's I was genuinely surprised that this is kind of like really where things are going. But I mean it makes sense because
Well, when you
these
really
free to play games, I mean they make so much money off people just dumping cash and it was free, so I'll throw a little money here, and then it happens over and over and over and over and over again.
Yeah, but you look at the statistics when we talk about gaming in general, not like hardcore gaming. The mobile gaming market holds like 55% of the entire market share right now.
yeah, because it's so easy just to pull up your phone and just launch a game. When we can't play.
But that's-
When you come home is when you play a PC game or a console.
Well, I would think a lot of it has to do with the fact that, I mean, the stigma of gaming is fading very quickly, but at the same time, all the people that aren't going to go buy an Xbox or not going to go buy a gaming PC, well, they're all going to have smartphones. So, hey, let me try this out. I think that's probably where it's coming from.
And then even then with the Kishi, it's like $150 entry to have a quote unquote competitive controller for your space.
I mean, I think it's an awesome thing. The worst thing I hate about mobile gaming was having the controller and buttons on the screen. Like I need something modular to like press in.
Oh yeah, because your fingers and you transfer all the oils and then your fingers don't slide and yada yada yada.
Got giant smudges on your phone now because you're like mashing the A or B button on there.
Yeah, but the other thing about this is like we have Project X coming out from Xbox, Stadia is out. You know, gaming's going mobile. I mean, everybody's pushing to be more mobile with the gaming, and that's probably because more time you have my attention, the more money you're probably going to make.
Yeah, Razer's
100%.
being very, very proactive with Project xCloud and Stadia, being able to stream those games to your phone.
Yep, and then the Google Play stuff that we talked about in a previous episode, and the iTunes stuff that we talked about in a previous episode. I mean, it's coming. It's coming hard. Everybody's pushing it. Everybody's getting on board with it, and like we said with the Kishi, it's here to stay.
Yeah, I mean it's an exciting time. Like I'm excited to see what happens, but it's gonna be a while before it gets good.
Yeah, I think our initial thought of it being several years out is going to get drastically reduced.
Yeah, because I think people are double downing on streaming games.
Yeah. But that's probably like the biggest gaming thing. Corsair had a few cool things come out. Some new cases, some new water cooled cases. if we want to get into like some of the stuff that isn't necessarily gaming related, and
The Wally
gadgets.
chairs.
Fucking the Wally chairs. Fucking the Wally
You
chairs.
sent me
The
that
wa-
message last night on Discord while I was playing Destiny, and I was like, "Get the fuck out of here! Like, are you serious? Are we becoming
Yeah.
that lazy of a species?"
Wally chair,
Segway.
baby.
If you
Ugh.
haven't seen it, Segway made what they call the S Pod, and it looks like Professor X's chair. It looks like the chair that Emperor Palpatine sits in, all wrapped into the chair from Wally. It's painful.
I mean, I
Well,
just
I
get
mean-
mad that whenever I go to Run Club, like I just got back from it today, and there's a group of Segway people coming around or next to me in a tour of Saint Pete, and I'm just like, really?
Who tore St. Pete?
I mean, it's a pretty quick tour. It's not a big it's not a big place.
I mean, like I don't.
like the
Who-
fact that people can't walk that far because I mean, I run a course that's half a mile or a mile and a half, and it's all the waterway and the park downtown.
But like, what about their? I'm gonna get off on a tangent here. What the fuck is there to tour in St. Pete? Like, I can understand touring like parts of Charleston or touring parts of New York or parts of Atlanta, L.A. You know, like cities that have a history. St. Pete's not a history-filled city.
No,
I'm sorry.
it's a small town. There is some history there, but not much. Like
Yeah.
I'm not offended by it. I mean,
I'm gonna
All they were-
get off I'm gonna get off of that now. But Jesus Christ,
I was gonna say, man, there's some hateful stuff right there, man.
yeah. But Engadget's number one piece of technology out of CES was called the Hydra Loop.
I saw that.
It's got a price tag of $4,000 a unit. You install it in your home, and it recycles all the water in your home, basically dropping your water bill down to almost nothing.
that actually looked really cool. And that's
Oh, the ROI on that has to be within like 5 years.
Well, they said it's about 45%, like what it can recycle, so about half. But yeah,
when you're
it's
paying,
still good.
what's my water bill? My water bill is like $70. You're taking that down to $35. I mean, it's a little longer on the ROI, but like,
it's also
Whatever.
eco-friendly too, like recycling.
oh
water.
yeah, yeah. And you know, global warming's a myth, but
I was gonna say your return on investment's about 10 years, but based on math. But still, I mean, that's, you know, I mean, what if everybody did that? I mean, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's definitely a cool piece of tech.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, give it a couple of years, and that price will be cut in half, and it'll be a 5 years on your ROI.
Since smartphones are becoming part of the gaming space, the number one rated phone at CES was the Note 10 Lite. Suck at Apple.
You gotta
I mean,
say
they-
the Samsung Note.
Samsung Note 10 Lite. Suck at Apple. It had the lowest cost. It was basically the best bang for your buck. There wasn't anything really new that came out. There wasn't any new technology. There wasn't any new smart little advancements or anything like that. Just basically the best bang for your buck phone. There was a lot. Vision IQ is the new Dolby surround sound.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I
And it
saw
also
that.
and excuse me, it also links into your TV, and it'll update the TV to optimize your viewing pleasure based on the ambient light in the room.
That I
Which
thought was
is
really
fucking cool.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
some amazing tech and a great quality of life feature. I'm sure everyone would have loved to have that while watching Game of Thrones and the
Oh
whole
my
night.
god! No, that was just that episode. They just
Yeah, I was gonna say
we've
that
talked
one
about that.
episode.
They condensed that episode because they knew so many people were gonna watch it, and that was the biggest bullshit of the entire. Well, no, that wasn't the biggest bullshit of the entire last season, but
We're not going to get into this because we could
we've
go
done
on
it.
forever.
we've done it. Some other cool things. If you fancy yourself a grill master, charcoal or Weber? One of them is coming out with
think
a
it was
smart
Weber.
grill. One of them has a smart grill that'll be released this year, which has 4 temperature sensors. It'll even, if you tell it what you're cooking and the weight, it'll actually tell you the amount of time to prep, flip, and cover. So hopefully you come out with a perfect piece of meat. or whatever you're cooking. You know, you can be cooking impossible meat, whatever the case may be.
Back on that topic.
The XPS 13 from Dell won Best Gaming PC with a 16 by 10 aspect ratio, larger layout over the original 13, and a smaller bezel so the screen reaches the bottom of the laptop closer.
And this is a 13-inch laptop?
Yeah, 13-inch laptop with a 16 by 10 aspect.
Razer also came out with one. I think they showed at CES, and I haven't checked the specs on both of them in detail. That's surprising that they got beat out by Dell, but
well, Dell is also the company behind Alienware, so I'm not that surprised.
yeah, I keep forgetting that fact that they created Alienware. Which,
yeah.
like this, yeah.
Let's see. NVIDIA had it was NVIDIA that had the monitor at 360 hertz.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
No, NVIDIA does graphics cards, so NVIDIA makes the graphics card for it. I don't know. There was a lot of shit. And we've already talked about the Alienware UFO. Oh, this was a cool one too from gaming. The Retron Junior. So I had played a lot of Game Boy games when I was a kid, and obviously I don't have a Game Boy anymore, but I can still get my hands on cartridges. But I can't play them. They made a adapter for your TV, so you can now play Game Boy Advance and original Game Boy games on it now, instead of having to have a GameCube with an adapter.
Mm-hmm.
That might be something I would invest in. Do they
Yeah,
announce how
their
expensive
price,
it's going to be?
I think their price one was like $40.
Dude, that's fucking cheap. That's awesome.
Yeah, that is
I
pretty
mean, there's
cheap.
not a lot that goes into it. It's just a niche market space.
Well, I mean, I go on Amazon, and I remember a while ago I checked on like how much like a Game Boy Color was, because I wouldn't mind playing a Game Boy again. Those things, like, people will sell them for like $60 to $100.
Yeah.
So hearing that's $40 with all those games in there, like that's dirt.
Well, you have to buy the cartridges. It doesn't come with games. It's something to plug into your TV to play your old cartridges.
Even still.
Yeah. But there's a
I
bunch
still
of
have all
retro
that
game.
stuff.
Yeah, but there's a bunch of retro game places now that you can go and buy cartridges. Like at
yes.
there's a guy that has like
And there's
hundreds.
Amazon.
Yeah, and Amazon too, and eBay. But you never know what you're going to get from eBay.
Yeah, eBay is kind of iffy. Let's just stick with Amazon.
Sometimes you can get fun stuff off of eBay.
If you like a mystery package.
I mean, a lot of Amazon stuff is third-party sellers too, so don't be fooled by that as well.
Let's see.
Very true. Excuse me. Some news on games that have gotten delayed. Marvel's Avengers is delayed until September 4th. Final Fantasy is delayed until April 10th, so only about a month. And then the big one was Cyberpunk. They pushed it back from April 16th to September 17th.
I mean, we talked about this earlier. I'm 100% okay with it. If they need more time to polish it and, make it a better game, please do. I have plenty of games to play.
They had also pushed back the release date for Witcher 3 when they released that. So,
and that game was fucking amazing.
Oh yeah. And they even said, like, the game is done, but we need more time to play test. We want to make sure that there aren't any bugs. We're trying to be transparent about it. We just need a little bit more time to make sure we're giving you guys a quality product.
I would much rather have that than release something broken.
Yeah.
Any day.
What game came out about this time last year that was extremely broken? Oh, yeah. Anthem.
But see, that game wasn't broken. It was just bad.
It wasn't finished.
I don't want to say it wasn't finished. I just think the game was bad. Like, I never ran into any bugs. It just, the game sucked. I mean, what bugs did y'all? I don't know.
I don't think I ran into many bugs, but I remember reading about a bunch of people like going through the map, getting stuck in places, missions weren't finishing. And there's some other stuff too. Was like the community, like the loot. The biggest thing was like loot. Like there's no point doing anything in the game because you would not get any good loot.
Unless you farm those crates or something, and the dude got suspended for it. We've hit this probably about 50 million times in this podcast, but yes, we hate Anthem, and that game is terrible.
By the way, I remember who it was that got banned.
Who was it?
Glad.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. It only took us, like 4 or 5 episodes to figure that out?
Nah, not worried about it.
No, it was on the last one that we forgot. It wasn't that long.
But
anyway.
Yeah, I mean, yes, these are games that I'm excited for. Maybe not the Marvels one. The Marvels, I'm kind of like, it's a coin flip if it's going to be good or not. But Final Fantasy VII Remake, I can't wait for that. Because I heard that they're doing a PC release, and I'm so excited for that.
Yeah, I'm very excited for that, too.
I might even play the old one at some point, if I can ever get off Destiny. And then, of course, Cyberpunk, I just cannot wait for that game. But, again, it's made by the same people who made The Witcher 3, so I have full faith that they know what they're doing.
Yeah, they'll release a good game. I don't...
That should be fun.
Yeah. So, I mean, it was actually... Witcher 3 was actually delayed twice, so it ain't the end of the world.
I mean, my friend gave, like, the best compliment to that game. I told him, I was like, dude, be careful, this game is addicting. He's like, I know. He's like, I'm sad when I have to, like, do real life stuff and not play this game. Like, that's how good they are at making these games and these stories.
Yep. So, we'll get it'll come to us when it's ready. I'm not worried about it.
I mean, in the meantime, there's plenty of games to play right now. So many updates coming out.
Well, shit, there are so many games that are due to release here soon. Like the Dragon Ball Z game just released today.
I really do want to play that. I just don't have the time to invest, because if you're going to be playing all of Goku's story from start to beginning of Dragon Ball Z, not Dragon Ball,
start to finish.
Yeah, that's a lot of stuff to go through.
Yeah, it's going to be a long game. I just want to play it to see really just how well they did it. Like, from all the things I was hearing about it from the beginning, I heard it was going to be very good.
I mean, I watched the first 17 minutes. I think it was IGN had a video of the first 17 minutes while I was watching the videos you sent me about all the stuff at CES. And I mean, it's like the true Dragon Ball Z combat. Like, you're in midair fighting, and you have this whole entire world to fight in. It's not just a side scroller where you just a normal fighter game. Yeah, so it's.
I haven't seen anything about this. So
did you guys ever play the Budokais?
No,
I don't think so. There's one that I recently played where I think it's where it was the second iteration of the game, but it was one of the first ones that did the 3D world fighting, not just the 2D one. I just can't remember the name of it right now.
Either way, it's taking, in my opinion, from what I've seen, since I haven't played it yet, it's taking what they did with Budokai, where it was a little bit of open world, and adding true open world role playing to it. So like I said, I really want to play it. I will probably pick it up before the next episode and play some of it. And I'll be able to talk about it a little bit more then. But
I definitely want to do the same thing too. But time.
I don't know how I missed this. I know when we talked about what was coming out this year, we talked about Amazon releasing a game. Guess who else is releasing a game February 4th?
Oh, I just remember. I had the same thought. I was like, what the fuck?
Netflix.
Wait, what?
Exactly.
Yeah. It's not a game I'm ever going to play. It's a game about the Dark Crystal, and it's a turn-based strategy game. I'm not going to play it, but what?
I mean, I like turn-based strategy games.
But it's the Dark Crystal, and the Dark Crystal... I know that there's a lot of people that love the Dark Crystal. I did not like the Dark Crystal.
I have no idea what that is.
Yeah, I'm drawing a blank too. Could you please explain it?
It's a Jim Henson movie. So it's puppets, and Netflix picked it up and did a second movie or second series for it. It's just not a movie I care about.
I'm gonna look this up. Like I've never heard of that ever before, but that is strange that Netflix is trying to get into the gaming market. I mean, I say that, but then again, they did a great job with their series of The Witcher. So,
Toss a coin to your Witcher.
dude, that song. There's just on
I
a
still
quick
need to
tangent.
watch that.
You still haven't watched
Are
it?
you
What
kidding
the fuck
me?
is wrong with you?
Ugh.
Just hasn't been there, man. I'm ready for the Aaron Hernandez documentary on Netflix that dropped today.
Well, while you're waiting, you can watch
dark.
The Witcher.
Well, no, it dropped today.
Oh, damn it.
I'll get to it at some point.
Someone, I'll have to find his name and mention it a little bit later, but there's a guy who does like metal covers for most songs, and he does one for Toss a Coin, and he just recently did one for The White Wolf because he's a huge Witcher fan. Dude, it is fucking amazing. And that's not to say that other people who are doing like other iterations of these songs, because there are a lot now since that one dropped. Like that song caught on so quickly, and I don't think Netflix or the guy who actually sings it didn't really.
Oh no, the guy
it.
knew. The guy knew because he had to rehearse it so much, and he was singing in the shower, and he was like, "Why the fuck am I singing this in the shower?"
Like, okay, so the guy who I like who did the middle cover is called Dan Vazik, DAN space VASC. Like he did a amazing job singing the middle cover for that song. But it's kind of funny like how that song quickly caught on, and it just broke the internet. Like everything on my YouTube like search history or my suggested watch is a Toss a Coin to Your Witcher blah 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 version of the song right now. It's amazing because there's some talented people out there who take that song and make it like 10 times better than what it was.
Yeah, but I do need Danny to go watch this so we can actually do an episode and cover The Witcher.
I really do want to talk about it. It's so good.
Not getting too far into it. If Danny never watches it, Kirk and I will do it.
Yeah, that's fun. I've been
Henry Cavill
out every weekend.
Henry Cavill, Jesus Christ,
dude,
you are God among men.
So surprised by how well he pulled that role off. Like when I first saw like the first shots of him dressed up as Geralt of Rivia, I was like, okay, this is believable. But actually seeing him play the character, like I've also watched some interviews where like he's asking like, who is Geralt? Like what is The Witcher? And he answered it pretty well in reference to the books.
He's a huge gamer.
I know.
He's read all the books. He's played all the games. Like Jesus Christ, the man's more of a nerd than I am, and he's pretty. Like, what the fuck?
I think Jeff has a man crush.
Yeah, I mean, he does.
I mean, I do too. I can't blame you. But
oh, that's fine with me, man. Fine with me.
But yeah, I was thoroughly surprised, and I'm glad he took on that role and gave up Superman. I don't think he did a horrible job playing Superman, like a different version, I would say, because the DCU is garbage, and they try to go down like a dark rabbit hole with the cinematic universe there. But I'm glad he gave up Superman and went to The Witcher, because I think he was like Ryan Reynolds for Deadpool. He was meant to play that character.
Yep.
Interesting. Okay.
So some other things that happened in the last 2 weeks since the last episode, Game Freak had a little release about some things that are coming from Pokemon. The original Mystery Dungeon is getting remade for the Switch. If you don't know what, I don't think Danny and Kirk have played any of the Mystery Dungeons, but they are roguelike games. So that's cool. We haven't had one of those in a long time. And this is going to be the first time that they release DLC for a game. They're releasing 2 DLCs for Sword and Shield.
Right.
They're going to be adding 200 Pokemon that weren't in the original game.
Wait. They're adding 200 more Pokemon?
Yeah, I'm about to say, what?
Aren't they already at like 2,000?
They didn't include all of the Pokemon in the initial release of Sword and Shield.
So are these like new Pokemons they created, or are these like old ones that are already?
No, they
That was
didn't.
on my.
They're not. They're creating a few new legendaries.
Jeez.
I think they're doing like 3 new legendaries. But there's going to be new forms of some of the originals. They did this in
Okay.
Sun and Moon as well, where there are like continent or region specific variants.
Okay, I'm good with that because that was actually kind of a cool concept for Pokemon because there's only so many more you can create. Like, I think that was one of their best ideas, in my opinion, that you take a Pokemon who can evolve and also have a different version of it because it lives on this continent or that continent or over here. Like that
Yeah.
scientifically makes more sense.
That makes sense.
Yeah, but one of the interesting things is that so the original 3 legendary birds, Moltres, Zapdos, and Articuno,
Yeah.
are getting variants in the expansion coming up.
Interesting. God damn
Yep.
it! Now I want to buy a Switch. Fuck! I just like I could buy one right now, but it's just I don't have the fucking time to do it.
Yeah.
You,
Well, the nice thing about Switch games is like you can, they don't require a lot of game time.
Not if I get a Switch, I'm getting that Zelda game, and that will.
Oh, Breath of the Wild is a very long game.
Yeah, exactly. Like
And they just came out with they just came out with another one.
Jeez.
man, they're cranking them out.
Yep.
I mean, Pokemon's kind of a long game as it is, though. I mean,
now
that's
they
not
have-
something you really speed through.
Yeah.
No,
now they
you
have DLC
definitely
for
play it
too.
to enjoy it, but the big thing is that this is like the first game from Game Freak and Pokemon ever to have DLC.
Yeah, that's true.
So they
There's-
have the community a little split on it because when the games first came out, like a section of the community was all pissed off because they didn't include the entire Pokedex in the initial game. And now
they're selling it back to you as DLC.
but it's not like it's $15 per DLC.
Oh,
But
that's
they're
like the
not-
gateway to become an EA, man.
But they're not doing the EA route. They're like actually releasing full blown new stories.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting because Game Freak has never done any DLC ever for any Pokemon game. They're like, this is what you get, and stay tuned for the next one.
Yeah, but at the same time, they've never been on like a console.
Well, and I mean, at the end of the day, it doesn't bother me. It's more of a joke about the EA thing. But I mean, it takes a lot to maintain and develop these games. And I've said this before, the price of games hasn't gone up since like Halo 2 came out. So the money's got to come from somewhere.
Yeah,
Exactly.
So it's nice
And-
that they're continuing down this path.
It costs more to develop the games now because it's competitive. You know, people want so many more people are getting into the space because it's growing. And then you have to retain those employees and you have to pay them more.
Yep.
I mean, the best thing
And,
about the
based-
competition is we're getting better
Marketing.
games.
Marketing
Well-
costs more.
Well, not only that, but you think about how many games come out broken. If you have the best team and your game doesn't come out broken, it's like a damn miracle at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's the dark side of this too. Is people are rushing games. That's why there's a ray of hope here with Final Fantasy, Cyberpunk, and Avengers delaying their games because they want to take the time to make a good game.
Yep.
So
I'm with you.
And then it's all coming from companies that I have full confidence in. Like, I don't think Square Enix is going to release a shitty game. They're doing Marvel. CD Projekt Red, we know, doesn't release shitty games. What was the other one?
Final Fantasy 7, but I don't know who took that on.
Final Fantasy 7 is Square Enix as well.
Okay.
So they don't release shitty games. Like,
Yeah.
you may not like the game that they make, but they don't release shitty games.
Yeah, they know what they're doing. They've been in this market for too long, and they know. I mean, which
It's
shouldn't be a
it's
secret.
the same
but-
argument it's the same argument I have over people that didn't like Death Stranding. Just because you didn't like it didn't mean it was built wrong.
No, it just wasn't
Like
built for
they
you.
had they had a couple of patches that they had to make because like you can't test every section of a world like that.
And plus, it's a Kojima. I don't know if I can say his name.
Hideko Kojima.
Yeah,
There you
Kojima.
go.
Like his style of storytelling is very unique just to a certain crowd. So hearing that some people don't like it doesn't surprise me at all. Like, it is an acquired taste. But the studio that he has, or any studio that he works for, he knows that they're going to do a damn good job making a game.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah. Going a little bit into the pop culture shit. Tell me you guys watched, what's his name, do his opening monologue at the Golden Globes. Who was that?
Oh, that was beautiful.
Ricky Gervais.
That was fucking
savage.
Gold.
Oh,
that was awesome.
I was like, someone had to say it, and he was the perfect person to do that.
Oh, he's like,
man.
I've been doing this for 5 years. This is my last year. I don't care. I don't care.
Oh, yeah. He self-proclaimed himself done. I think he's just fed up with everything that, everybody sees. And we got a really great Tom Hanks meme out of that.
Oh yeah.
So good.
I cannot wait to see what the internet does with it.
It's like, oh my God.
Tom Hanks' face was
so
just
fantastic.
Like, oh, shit. Like, someone finally said it.
So do me a favor. If you win an award tonight, come up here, thank your God, thank your agent, and get the fuck off.
No political bullshit, no jargon.
Yep, nobody cares.
Not all heroes wear a cape. Some wear a very fine suit.
So here's a question though. When's the last time y'all watched any award show? Like,
I
literally sat down.
I don't. Like,
okay,
my parents sat down and
just curious.
I don't watch
curious.
any of that.
I don't think I've watched any one of those in 10 to 15 years.
Yeah, since I lived at home, I haven't. Well,
yeah,
I went home, but since I,
he had to throw that one in there, huh?
And your tool.
No, since
right,
I've lived with my parents, I haven't watched one of those award shows.
Kirk Cyber Fist Pump.
Yes. Boop.
Oh, Jesus Christ. But the Joker's apparently up for 11 Oscars, and they won how many at the Globes?
I can't remember.
I think they won.
I don't even
10.
know.
They won. Oh, you kidding me? They won 10?
I don't know if it was 10. I'm gonna look it up right now, but I know they won a lot.
But yeah,
you guys hear about the staircase?
No.
In Burger King. So the staircase that he like famously like walks down or whatever in the movie is like in the Bronx, and there's so many like just. Sorry if this offends you, but basic bitch white girls that go there and take little pictures and poses and stuff and do photo shoots. Yeah, that Burger King, if you live in that area and can like prove your address, they give you free Whoppers because it's so obnoxious that there's so many people there like doing photo shoots.
Probably worse now.
I thought that was pretty funny. It's like, okay.
But I mean, 11 Oscar nominations, that's amazing. I mean, that movie was very well done.
It's dark.
I know. Like it's you don't leave that movie theater watching that movie feeling good. You have a bad feeling inside of you.
Oh yeah.
So do you guys know who directed Joker?
I don't know who, but I want to shake his hand or her hand.
So it's Todd Phillips. I'm gonna tell you another movie that Todd Phillips has directed, and you're gonna not believe me in any way at all.
Shoot.
Todd Phillips directed all 3 Hangover movies.
Really?
Yep.
I mean, I love those movies, so...
Yeah, dude. Wait, hold on, wait. I'm trying to think. I don't remember a third.
The third one was...
There was a third.
Crazy one where they're chasing... what was the character's name?
What, Ken Jeong's character?
Yeah, they were chasing Ken Jeong's character.
Didn't he join him for the second one or something? I'm trying to remember.
Yeah,
the
he
first
was in
one's
all 3.
Burned in my brain. The first one is just
3.
Epic. Classic.
The second one was in Thailand with the monkey.
Okay, I've seen that one.
The third
I have not seen the third.
The third one was when they parachute off of...
The third one was kind of ridiculous and forgettable.
Yeah. Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I mean, that movie hit so hard that they tried to capitalize on it. I mean, the second one was okay. I guess the first one was just
first one was
a novelty and so good. Yeah, well, I mean, usually it is when they try to milk something they weren't planning on, but
yeah,
that's good stuff. No, it's crazy that he directed that.
Oh, he also directed A Star Is Born, which won the Academy last year.
I haven't seen that movie, but I've heard like it's a really like heartfelt one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and he also directed Old School. So who the fuck knows like where his talents end?
I mean,
Yeah,
it's
those
just,
are definitely opposite ends of the spectrum.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
but I mean, the dude has talent because I mean, like these are all memorable like movies that we've heard of.
He also directed Borat.
You gotta be kidding me! What else? What has this guy
Oh my
not
gosh,
done?
I forgot about that movie.
That movie
Oh,
must
that
have been
had
just
so
like
many
hold my
awkward
beer
moments.
type of movie, and like let's see
God.
what we could do. Because that movie
Yeah.
was a fucking atrocious, but goddamn hilarious.
Oh my gosh.
It definitely does not hold up though.
No,
Oh no. That movie was that tested the limits of humanity.
yeah, like that was a one and done. Like I'll never watch that movie in my life again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm definitely good without that.
So what else was out there?
I mean,
What are we playing, guys?
I was gonna say, being the first person shooter person in this group, there's definitely been some updates and things. I don't think any of y'all have really touched it though. I know we drugged Jeff to play Call of Duty. What, last week?
Sure.
Something, sure, something of that nature. Yeah, no, they changed. They changed a bit. Season Pass came out. Some new guns came out. I don't know if it's the fact that we've been playing them for so many years, but them taking like the prestiging out, the only thing to do is like chase camos, and then they release a couple game modes every now and then. They have some fun stuff in there that I'll hop on with Justin and Ashton from the previous review episode. But it's very interesting to see where they will take everything, because someone like me, I always need to be working towards something, and them taking out prestiging and the only thing you can do is just grind stupid challenges for camos kind of makes the game stale.
Yeah, I mean, I'm the type of person like I want to always be working towards something, but also want to have something to show for it in the game. So I'll definitely chase that Magic Dragon.
Or on your desk.
That too.
Yeah.
we'll get to Destiny
No, that is
in a
true.
minute, but
No, that is true. But I think Justin's basically already at Damascus, so that's every challenge for every single gun, which is a little crazy. But they are releasing a crossbow here in the next couple days via a challenge, which should be fun. Black Ops 2 was my favorite, and that's when they introduced the crossbow. So maybe we'll get Sticks and Stones back, which was a wonderful game mode. They are getting pretty creative with what they're putting in there. I think what has really caught my attention is Apex Legends recently. I'm trying to think. I mean, would you guys even jump back on with me on that?
I mean, I'll jump back on a play. Like going back to Call of Duty for a second. I still haven't played it or bought it because I have no compelling reason. I'm not saying it's a bad game based on what you guys are saying, but at first, just hearing all the complaints about like the matchmaking and things like that, I was like, I'm gonna save my money for a little bit and wait for it till it goes on sale. But I'll eventually
Maybe
get
when
back
the
and
next
play
one
with you
comes
guys.
out.
The next one comes out.
Very true.
Well, I will say this. Unless you're like a top tier player, and this is the same thing because Apex Legends introduced skill-based matchmaking. Unless you're truly a top tier player and not somebody on Reddit that just says you're a top tier player, it's not as bad as people make it out to be. Like when I play with Hans and Monkey and all them, the game's fun. Playing with Justin and Ashton, the game sucks. It's so painful. It's so painful. Like I went through and I got all my assault rifles done and I got platinum or whatever. And I started on the SMGs, and that's when I read the stuff about Apex, and I actually have not touched the game since. So they're still on every day though.
Yeah.
But no, Apex is about to celebrate its 1 year in February, which I will still never forget that coming home from work early. And Jeff was like, hey, there's this game that like everybody's playing. We should download it. And going back, I just forgot how good it was. But it's the Grand Soiree. I think that's how you say it.
Soiree.
Soiree. There you go.
Come on, Danny, get some fucking culture in you.
Dude, you're the one that said Joaquin Phoenix. Like, come on, man. The whole time I was dying laughing, just waiting to see how long until you're like, oh, Joaquin Phoenix. Not bad. I'll speak French, man, whatever. But they're doing it. It's a 2-week event, and they're bringing out all these crazy game modes for 2 days at a time. And it's fantastic. Hans and I, that's all I've done the past 2 days. They had a Gold Rush Duos, which every gun you pick up is fully gold with all the attachments, and all the crate weapons are pickup weapons. So
tell me more.
You know, it was so. I mean, it's over now. Now they have a new one today, but I mean, it was fantastic because it was like if Halo had a battle royale where it came down to skill more so than, hey, did you find the correct combinations of attachments? And, you know, being duos, if you down one, you know, you can 2-on-1 for the win. It was a lot of fun. The one today, like, is called Live, Die, Live. Every time the circle closes, if someone on your squad is alive, everybody else respawns. They're going to have a third-person mode. There's one called Always Be Closing where the circle never stops closing, and it's just an absolute free-for-all. So they have some other like PvE game modes coming out. That's on the 26th or the 28th.
Interesting.
It says Dummies. Yeah, it says Dummies Big Day. And their tagline was, "This game ain't gonna test itself." And so through the data mining, a lot of people have found like workbenches and like references to like a true like think like Gears of War Horde mode or Halo's Firefight within this universe. So that should be really, really interesting. But it's fun. I am that person that went and paid $20 to make my Pathfinder look like the Pringles man. He looks dapper as hell with his mustache, bow tie, and they made his eye a little monocle, so that's fun. They did piss a lot of people off with legend balance. They basically made Lifeline irrelevant, as Gibraltar takes that role.
Yeah, I've been seeing like a lot of memes about like Gibraltar's like the most OP character at this point.
He's so awesome. That's actually how Hans and I probably got about a dozen wins in 2 nights. And I mean, we're not the best, but that's pretty good, especially with skill-based matchmaking in effect. But if you're a good shot with a Kraber, you just own people. It's the one time though, looking on Reddit and everything else, everybody hated it, but Hans and I loved it. But I think that's kind of the difference between PC and console. I won't jump 100% into that, but it's so much easier to aim on PC that like a gun that has a potential for a one-hit kill in that style of game can be quite annoying.
Oh, I'm sorry. So the big thing that's happening. So what is like the big game-breaking thing that makes Gibraltar OP and Lifeline worthless? So basically, since the game came out, everybody said he was worthless. And so they've been correcting this over time, and now everybody hates it, which is the general hive mind of Reddit and a lot of gaming forums. But basically, so they gave him 10%. He takes 10% less damage as a passive. Then his dome shield now, I think it recharges quicker. You can throw it down. When anybody inside the dome shield has their healing use time decreased. So it's kind of like a Lifeline passive. Shit. On top of that. Then his revive is decreased, like Lifeline's passive. And it's just crazy because, you know, Lifeline's shield is great and all for picking people up, and you can kind of abuse that going on and off. But, you know, to have the dome shield, you have 3 people inside there. They're all healing super fast. He takes, you know, damage mitigation, and then he crouches with his shield, and you can tank a Kraber shot with that shield. So it just becomes, you know, Lifeline doesn't have anything up on him anymore. That's insane, but amazing. Yeah.
It's actually really fun to play him now because his ultimate's actually really good. We were just playing the new game mode Live, Die, Live, and we were trying to get a third win in a row, and unfortunately, we ran into 2 teams of really bad players that were teaming up, and we ended up coming in second. But that airstrike took all of us down and like killed us immediately. Damn. So, like you always used to say, you love that thing, and I was like, he's not that good. No, he is so good now. It's pretty stupid. So,
we'll
we'll see.
I'm definitely gonna come back and play some. I'm not saying Destiny's gotten stale, but like I need a palate cleanser every here and there because I've been playing that game hard, but for good reason because I want that triumph in that title.
All the more power to you, man. I've kind of lost my mojo on that.
I figured half as much. I mean, I've been playing PC has been awesome, and I've been able to do a raid or two with some of my friends online that were introduced to me by one of my coworkers. And I mean, I told you about this earlier. Like, I was using Whisper the Worm for the first time in a long time, and I was like, oh, I forgot about this bad boy. Like, compared to console.
Well, isn't the other one better? What is it? Izanagi's Burden, if you have the Catalyst or something?
It is. No, that gun's amazing. I don't have that gun yet. But I do have Whisper, and I was using that thing. And I was like, I can barely miss a shot because mouse keyboard equals superiority. Sorry.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's not a thing to me. No, it's always better. I mean, shoot, I play Apex on PC too. I play all these games on PC. I just statistically, I'm a higher percentage in console because I've been playing longer. But no, man, if I didn't have to rebuy everything on Destiny, I'd be right there with you. But because I have to rebuy everything, I'm good.
I bit that bullet. I was like, I thoroughly love playing Destiny 2. It is
it's a great game.
Such a great game for me. But I mean, there are times where you do get burned out, and I'm close to hitting that, and I'm like, okay, I want to play some of the games. Like when we're playing Overwatch, we could talk about Overwatch for a little bit, how there's been so many updates, and it was you, me, Jeff, Nate, and who else? Last person.
I mean, Joey or Brett or Sid. I mean, they've all been on. Sid's been on the most. Sid's actually really good at that game.
Yeah, I mean, playing that has been a ton of fun as well, and with all the new updates that they have.
Yeah, so if you haven't played Overwatch in a while, when you queue up, even for quick match, you have to select your role. So they make the teams balanced, which is vastly different from when the game came out. When it came out, I remember all of us laughing our asses off. We played it one night where every game, everybody was Soldier 76. And everybody was throwing down their healing orbs in a giant circle. So no matter where you were getting constantly healed by yourself and everybody else, and everybody had hit scan weapons with rockets, and we couldn't lose. It was so funny. But that's long in the past.
No, now before even this update, it would be a soft suggestion saying oh, you have no healers, you should probably get one. Probably best to have two, but now the game forces you saying 2 tanks, 2 assault, 2 healing.
I do like it though because my best is probably tank. Reinhardt, Roadhog, and Orisa are my 3 best characters. So it's nice not to have to worry about facing 5 damage dealers and I just get deleted off the map instantly.
It's also nice too because they'll reward you for playing certain roles. And it switches up, so you get more coin.
Yeah. No, that's true, because every time you queue up, it'll give you a role that's not damaged. It's either going to be tank or healer. Exactly. But you can just select that role, and you can start earning credits, which gives you those cosmetics for free without actually having to pay for them. I mean, I think that's probably the best system that I've ever seen for that. Hey, if you want to help your team, here, have some cosmetics. That's cool. And you get to pick what you get.
Yeah, so. I also like that too because it forces me. I'm always indecisive when I'm picking characters, so I always go to my go-tos. Mm-hmm. So this actually kind of helps me branch out a little bit and pick someone else. So I like it in that aspect as well.
No, I'm with you. I mean, I still always fall back. Those 3 tanks are my main, obviously, Mercy or Lucio. For damage, as much as I hate her and she annoys me, and I still firmly believe that she's OP, even though people probably argue with me till the end of the earth. I'm not that good. So in my level of playing, Mei is just crazy good.
Mei is Bae. I love playing.
Mei is Bae. I love just teams come, they're all going to come push you. No, ice wall and isolate 2 heroes. We delete them. I drop the ice wall, and then it's 4-on-6. It's too easy. Plus, you get to freeze people and get free headshots. Come on.
Yeah, she's still
too much fun. Plus with self-healing, come on. And indestructible while you're doing it. Oh,
It's
so
insane.
good. What's your favorite character?
Wrecking Ball. He's one of my favorites just because he's so fun to play. He's my
God,
favorite
he's so
tank.
annoying. He's so annoying.
He's so annoying, but he's you're happy when you have him on your team. He's my favorite tank. Let me say it that way. He is my favorite tank.
That's fair.
Because I could just, if there's a center point objective, I just latch on the middle, and then, I mean, you've heard it when I played. Like, you just
I'm getting dizzy. I'm spinning too quick.
Like, that's all you hear is because I'm just spinning like on fire the whole entire time, and it's a great strategy. I mean, most people have figured out a way to stop me. If you have a Mei, you just put an ice school up, and it stops me in my tracks. Although I'm the asshole who will go the other way and start breaking down your wall and just keep going again. Plus, he has like a mind. So like as I'm like spinning around, like knocking people off and doing damage and increasing my ultimate. As soon as I get my ultimate, I stop, pop my mines, wait for my wire to recharge, and then just do it again. And then people just start dying. It's a great saver.
Oh, when it's the point. See, and I think that's my favorite thing about the game is that depending on what mode you're in, they all have their strengths. Because you're not going to play Wrecking Ball on a push the payload. It doesn't make any sense.
No.
You know, you're going to play Orisa. You're going to play, Reinhardt on offense. But on defense, like what I like to, like I play Roadhog. And I play off to the side, and when they all push forward, I just start hooking the squishies and killing them one by one. Like I think
it's not to say
the game
you
is
can't
really
play,
well made.
Yeah, it's not to say you can't play Wrecking Ball, but it takes a different level of skill than it does objective.
Yeah, well, it's just a different mindset too. But have you seen the stuff about Overwatch 2?
Well, before that, I was gonna say my other two favorite characters.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah.
Assault is obviously the robot. What's his name? Fuck.
You a Bastion main?
Yes. Bastion
You
is always...
whore.
What are you talking about? You sit here and do Pirate Flagship with me all the time.
I know, it is fun. Pirate ship.
Yeah. And then my favorite healer is probably Lucio.
No, dude, Nathan is really good at Lucio.
Yeah.
I love playing with him when he plays Lucio. Especially when you got a good Mercy to pocket your damage dealer. Mm-hmm. Nathan will sit with me as the tank, and it's destruction. It's so good. No, I'm with you. But have you seen the Overwatch 2 stuff?
I've seen the early stuff, but has there been like new announcements come out?
Well, so I was poking around on the website earlier today because I was kind of curious because I knew we were going to talk a little bit about this. But like, there's a couple new game modes, and they're like, "Oh, we updated the way the heroes look," and they're like, "Here, use this slider." And I'm looking, I'm like, I don't really see a difference. Like, the graphics are updated a little bit. There's a couple new game modes. I'm kind of curious as to whether they're trying to get kind of a cash grab with this or not. I didn't know what you guys saw, if you feel the same way.
I don't think, from what I've heard about Overwatch 2, I think they're trying to add in the story or a PvE aspect of it.
Yes, they did say there's going to be more story to it, so maybe that's kind of their main focus.
Because I remember when Overwatch first was like being developed, like that was their main role. Like, this is going to be like a PvE driven game, and you have characters to select.
Wasn't it supposed to be like an open world kind of game, and they realized it wasn't going to work, so they scrapped it and just made like one of the best shooters in one of the longest times ever?
Yeah, one of the best competitive shooters as well.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah.
I mean,
I'm interested because the shorts that came out, like that Bastion one, his like quote unquote origin story.
Oh, that was the best.
Oh my god! I was about to cry watching this video. I'm like, no, the birdie. I was like, damn, really?
I mean, dude, all of the shorts were just goddamn beautiful.
Dude, the Genji one.
Oh yeah.
With Hanzo. Oh my god, that was so good. I mean, all of this is years ago, but
they still
fantastic.
Hold up, they really do still hold up.
Yeah, I mean, the animations are really, really good. So, if y'all haven't seen those, check them out. Some of them are, like, 76 was kind of cool. Yeah. But, like, some of them are just out of this world good. The Bastion one and the Genji one are my two favorites, by far.
Reinhardt was a pretty good one as well. And a little sad.
I don't think I ever saw that one.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to look that up.
Yeah, if you just go on YouTube and go to Overwatch's main page, they have them, like, in a playlist.
They have them all.
But I don't think it's kind of a cash grab. I think it's just they're trying to see the vision that they had for this game at the beginning.
Okay, I can see that. They'll put some new characters in there, and they'll probably update and they'll rebalance stuff, and things will come out a little different. But at the end of the day, for as much content as you're getting, I paid $40 like 4 to 5 years ago. Yeah, I can stomach another. I'll be fine.
Yeah, I don't really care about I don't think they really need to update the graphics on their game. Maybe
that was one of their things that they put in their website. It was game modes, story, PvE, and then graphics. So
time will tell. This is kind of the first time that they've ever made like a. Actually, I take that back. Diablo does have like different iterations, but when I think of Blizzard, I think of them more known to be like create like so many updates. It's actually a new game at the end of it. Like, there's no point in making a second game because they can just keep going.
Well, I will say this. Find me another game developer that releases games in better condition than them. It just doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Honestly.
CD Projekt Red.
Here, what's up?
CD Projekt Red.
That's true, but they don't release as much.
No.
But they are close. They are
remind
close
me
second.
So maybe I don't know studios, but remind me of a game they released.
The Witcher.
Witcher.
Witcher
Okay.
2. Witcher 3.
Anything else besides that?
I don't know.
I'll pull up their entire.
No. I'm just curious. I admittedly haven't played any of the Witcher games, so I've never been there at launch to, judge one way or the other. But Blizzard's definitely up there for me with everything they do. But
yeah,
it's good. It's very good.
Yep.
Only other thing that I guess I'm playing is just, like I said, Destiny 2. I'm just working on the Savior Triumph for the Saint 14 DLC. The Dawning just ended. Dawning wasn't that great. The only thing that was worth it was all the bounties were double XP. And I think someone on Reddit posted that after the 3 weeks of the Dawning and a lot of hard work, because I guess kind of a lot of hard work, because I had a lot of materials to bake stuff. And
easy bake oven, baby.
Exactly. Like the main bounties were just like kill 100 of these fallen, do this, do that, like pretty easy. And then like the extra bounties were just deliver cookies. So he posted on there. He's like, all right, after a lot of hard work, I went from 970 to level 1000 with my artifact.
Oh wait, can you get to 1000 now? What's the top level? I'm curious.
999.
Yeah, I thought 999 was the top right now.
Well, based on his screenshot, it could have been edited. I doubt it, but it literally said light level 1000.
It makes sense that that's kind of where they would end.
Yeah. So it's the Dawning was kind of cool. It was just kind of nice, like little side activity to get extra XP for your season pass, because the Warlock ornaments this season look fucking amazing.
So I have a question, because I still lurk on that subreddit a good bit. But everybody was saying that like everything new that they're doing is now in Eververse, and you have to pay money for it.
No.
Like all the new armor sets, the armor that looks different. Like you can earn other stuff, but it's just reskins, whereas the Eververse is the only unique stuff. Is that true or what? I don't know.
Part of it, because each season pass has a full armor ornament set in the later levels.
Are you saying ornament set or armor set? Because I'm curious, does it drop in the world? Because people are saying that all the new stuff, besides like the exotic quests and stuff, all the new cosmetics or changing the way you look is all in the store.
Yes, the majority of it is in the store or from their engrams, but you also earn some of it, or you earn specific ones in the season pass, like the Saint 14 cosmetics for the Warlock, Hunter, and Titan. I think those all have to be earned. You cannot pay for those.
Okay.
Or
that's what I was curious, because
technically you can, but
we all kind of hailed the separation of Activision and Bungie and everything. But like I said, I don't know. I haven't been playing. But a lot of people are like, yeah, this is kind of what I figured would happen now that they don't have their backing. They have to make extra money by selling most of the new content to people. That's why I was curious.
Yeah, shameless on me, but I paid for like some of the emotes, the super specific ones. Like there's a Warlock one where he's holding his sword and he's sharpening it with a stone, and it's all
Well, I
on
mean,
fire.
I don't hate on anybody for doing that. I mean, these games, I want to support them. I know there's a large vocal group of people that would call you the devil for doing that.
Exactly.
But I dropped $20 for that Pathfinder skin. I love Apex. That's like one of my favorite things to play, so I don't mind giving them some money and supporting. Especially if you get to play for free because I'm willing to spend money, I don't know why you're crying.
I mean, no, yeah, that's the same reason why I did it for Destiny. It's like, I love this game. I love playing it. I keep coming back to it. Here's some extra money. I want you to, I don't say do better, but I mean, I want you to, survive out there. I think they're doing a great job so far.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I love Destiny. I think I'm just too burnt out on playing that thing for so many.
Yeah, we played it hard for so many years.
Yeah, and I mean, I've always kind of left and come back, 5-6 months at a time. But man, it's been such an awesome ride. So I can't complain one bit.
Yeah. So so the dawning's done. Apparently, there's like a new mission from Osiris right now.
So, I read something about that. Do they know what it is yet?
No, I haven't jumped on it. I think it just got announced. I don't think it got announced today.
Like I saw it this morning or something. Yeah.
But in case anyone else doesn't know, or you've been living under a rock, this new season is about bringing Saint 14 back, or helping Osiris to bring Saint 14 back. And spoiler alert, which isn't really a spoiler, you do it. And he comes back as a vendor in the tower. Because, I mean, if you start playing it now, you're going to be like, why the fuck is Saint 14 here right now? Which I thought was kind of funny, because the first couple weeks he wasn't there, and if you were on track with the missions, you would have led up to saving Saint 14. But when I finally got that mission, he was already there at the tower, and it's like, hey, Saint 14 wants to talk to you, but hey, you got to go save Saint 14 from the timeline. I'm like, all right, whatever. I can, make something up in my mind where time travel is shitty and, weird. But it's kind of nice to see this like amazing character come back and have an amazing Russian voice actor play him. So like, he's a character. Like, he's awesome. But I'm curious because Bungie has announced that, all these seasons that you're playing towards, the last season of this year, I think they're doing it by year now. Like, all these seasons of Shadowkeep will all lead up to some end goal. Like, it's all going to come together in the end. And I'm kind of excited to see what they're going to do with it. So, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I'm looking at it, and I guess there's the pathway through all the doors when you get teleported back through time, and this and that through the sundial. But they're saying that they've uncovered a number of pathways. This is all referring back to Saint 14. But let's see, Raid Secrets is going crazy. But they found 19 pathways, and they're all verified. But they all lead to lore stuff in the books. And they're saying that they appear, like the symbols to create the pathways appear to be time gated. So as they're going through, everything that they can find, they're wondering what eventually will be at the end.
Fuck,
so
I
they
want
haven't
to
all
log
been
on and
discovered.
play and see what the first doorway is. God damn.
Yeah, I mean, I can send you this article. It has all 19 pathways all planned out.
Oh, please do. I want to read
Yeah, that's
this.
fine.
Like, I haven't been paying attention to the lore as much. Because, I mean, all the Saint 14 stuff, Bungie has preluded in their lore books, and people like, God, what's his name on YouTube?
I'm posting it in the Discord.
Okay, there's some amazing people out there on YouTube who will, like, read out and, like, put together, like, a nice explanation of what's going on in the lore of Destiny that's not really explicitly told through playing the game. And I mean, we all knew eventually that, like, our Guardian was the one who goes back in time, gives Saint 14 his shotgun, and also saves him. So like, Bungie actually has the ability to tell a great story, but they just don't execute it in the game itself. They let the community tell the story for them.
Yeah,
and I mean, kind of nice.
And I think my favorite thing is that I want to see what they do 100% on their own. I only asked the question about the armor because it's what I read. I'm not trying to hate on them at all.
No, yeah.
I'm curious to see, what if they delayed their game 6 months or a year? What if they took the steps these other games are doing and they actually did it the way they wanted to? I'm really excited to see what we come out with. I think they'll content drip feed everybody for a while to keep the game fun and fresh for the the hardcore dedicated fans, but I'm kind of already looking towards Destiny 3 and what's going to come out on the new console before I really go much farther. I'm sure at some point I'll go back for the free boost to do all the raids, but yeah, that's what I'm most interested in, other than sitting in the European Dead Zone killing 500 dregs to get a roll at a weapon.
Yeah, I'll say this. So far them being on their own, I like the fact that the lore is coming up more and they're having a chance to. I know I said before they don't get a chance to say it in the storyline. They're trying to, I think, trickle it in. And I also read some posts too on Facebook that Destiny 3 is not coming out for a while, which makes sense.
Oh yeah,
it may be. It's not going to be this year, and it probably won't be next year.
Oh, I would say at least 2 years.
Yeah,
minimum. Which I'm fine with. I mean, man, there's so many other games that I want to get. I'm really, really loving Apex again. I just forgot how good that gameplay is. At some point, I still have that week-long boost from Rainbow that we can all jump in and have
Rainbow.
fun again. I mean, we got really good at that game.
We did, but then I've heard, and I think we dropped off at the right time when the community got really toxic, and there's certain aspects of the game that I've heard are broken. But then again, it's Rainbow Six, so that community is just toxic altogether. You've seen half the messages you get in Xbox Live. That's the one game in Xbox Live chat I get the most messages from. Just because people think I'm cheating or hacking, and Hansi gets the worst of it out of all people because he's actually good at the game.
Yeah. Well, I mean, at the end of the day, any competitive shooter is just going to be people spamming stuff. Look, it's not League of Legends, so we'll just leave it at that, at least, right?
Right.
So we'll take that. But no, I'm excited for what's to come this year. I'm glad things are getting delayed to be fixed by studios. I'm just really excited for the year. I'm gonna enjoy what I'm playing now, and let's see what you got.
Yeah, we're patient men. I'm on the same boat. Delay as much as you need to bring out a great game. We have plenty of things to do and play. So.
Absolutely. But you guys got anything else?
Not really. I mean, we got a couple. Well, one big game came out so far. We got a couple of months to wait on some of the other big AAA titles, but no, I think we're gonna have a good year this year.
Oh yeah.
No, should be good. Well, Jeff, you want to tool it up?
Oh, is it tool time?
It is tool time.
It's tool time. So thanks again for listening to another episode of DJK GameTime, first episode of 2020. As always, please do tell your friends if they're into gaming. You can always follow us on Twitter. You can follow us on Instagram. You can like us on Facebook, and there will be a permanent link in our show notes to join our Discord server.
Yo, dude, are we on TikTok yet?
Or no, I don't.
You
think
you haven't covered that, Jeff?
No,
we
are not doing a goddamn TikTok. No.
Dude, my wife downloaded that, and we just as kind of, hey, we were like, what is this? Oh my gosh! Some of it's actually funny, and it's horrible because it is kind of addicting.
Okay. Yeah, but yeah. Minus Danny's little blurb there at the end. You can follow us on Twitter. You can follow us on Facebook. Follow us on Instagram, and there will be a permanent link in the show notes to join our Discord server. Our Discord server has a lot of people from all walks of life in there. I'm sure you can find someone to play with. But otherwise, we'll see you guys next episode.
See you.
See you.